What's up YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we'll be hunting a $500 box of quarters that we picked up from one of our local Wells Fargos. This particular branch happens to get its coins from Brinks, so these are not Loomis wrapped rolls. And this hunt will be part of our Hunt and Fill series, where I'm still trying to get some of the latest 2023 women's quarters, and I always am on the lookout for some upgrades. Let me grab those books, just so you know what I'm talking about here. So we've actually filled up two sets of 1965 to 1987s, 88s to 98s, the 50 state book from 99 to 2009. I'm running out of space up here. Our National Park book from 2010 to 21, all full. But when we get to the American women's quarters, we've got most of them. Still missing the Denver Kanaka Ole, and you can see we've already gotten our Denver Eleanor Roosevelt. And of course, we need the latest release. So still on the lookout for those. Other things we'll be looking for in this hunt is any kind of mint era variety, as well as silver, which would be our 1964 quarters and earlier. So you know what? That's enough talking. Let's jump in to these quarters. All right, well, as I stated in the intro, I have already opened this box of quarters, so I know that they're going to be circulated, and I'm excited to get into them. If you've never watched a coin roll hunt on YouTube or don't know what this is all about, I kind of explained it in the beginning. We are just opening rolls of quarters that we've picked up from the bank. I actually ordered this box. It was delivered to the bank, and I brought it home, and we're going to look through it. And I'm going to open just a couple of rolls like this first to see if we have any silver. And those silver quarters are going to jump out at us because they'll be kind of a white or gray, pure silver edge. They're really easy to spot. I'll say that silver in quarters, at least in the Atlanta area, is getting harder and harder to find. I do know in other parts of the country, people are still finding silver quarters fairly regularly. I just don't. Let's open one more. And then what I'm going to do is look at each and every quarter. We're going to basically ascertain whether or not they might be nice upgrades for our books. We'll also be checking for any of the common errors that you can find in a checklist that I have in the description down below this video. And it's got everything that I look for when I hunt quarters or pennies, nickels, dimes, half dollars. It doesn't really matter. It's a one-size-fits-all document. So with that said, I'm going to jump into these, look at the face and the reverse of every single coin, and if I find anything interesting, I'll be sure to bring it in and we'll talk all about it. So this has been a really slow box of quarters. As you can see, we're deep into the box. We're actually on roll number 30. Now, we found a few things along the way. We do have 5 of the Denver Bicentennials that have all been checked for the double die obverse. No luck there. We've had 2 Bicentennial Phillies, and I did get shortchanged in one roll with a penny, and it's not even a nice penny. And we've got a couple of really nice looking coins that might be upgrades for our books. We'll find that out at the end of the video. But on roll number 30, I don't know, about halfway through, we've come across one of the 2021 Philadelphia crossing the Delawares, and I have never actually found this particular error. Normally I'm looking for that die clash, which you can see at the front of Washington's face, or the big full crown error where you can find the big die chip over the hat. But there is a DDR also on this coin that I've never found, and I want to say a YouTuber, Original ATOG Coins, might even be the one that originally found this and was attributed for it on Variety Vista. That just rings true to me. I don't know if it is. We'll take a look at Variety Vista here before the end of the video and see if that's true. But let me show it to you, because I've never found one on the channel, and if you don't watch his channel and you only watch mine, this may be the first time you're seeing it. And it is right here on the cuff of George Washington's arm there. We've got a little doubling in the cuff, if you will. So right here, I've just never ever found one before. So kind of excited to have it. I'll check out eBay, see if these things are selling for much. If they are, I'll put a little comp over here on the right-hand side of the screen. And just to show you, normally what we're looking for up here is some die chips up in the hat, but what you really want is the big one that comes over the whole hat. Or you'll actually see some of George's neck from the front of the coin on the die clash that's out here right in front of George's face. But this coin unfortunately doesn't have it. So we are going to keep it up here on the board as a find because I think it's the first DDR of this type I've ever found. So So we're up here on roll number 37, and we've come across our next find, and it's one I haven't shown on the channel in a little while, and I have another one already set aside that I've thrown a million of them back already, but I thought I would show you since we were here. But we've got ourselves the 2015 Homestead quarter. This one has, I don't know, like 100 double die reverses on it, and it's one of the most common quarters to find an error on. And this is one that, just like I said, we haven't talked about in a while, or at least I haven't found one and shown it to you, and it's called the Snow on the Roof, and it's where you get some extra die chips up here on the roof. Now, the really valuable ones, those die chips will actually start down there on the lower right-hand side of the house, and they'll come all the way up here to the top and even continue down the other side. Those will go for a lot of money. These, not worth a whole lot. Maybe $1 if you're lucky, maybe $2. But I haven't seen this one in a while. I talk about it, but just haven't shown it to you. Now, this one I've talked about in nearly every quarter video since these quarters have hit the market. And it is the NQ's die chip error. And like I said, I'm not really even looking for this anymore, and I'm not pulling them anymore simply because they are so very, very common. The value's just not there. But it's where you get die chips down here in the NQ's part of the K and the A in Kanaka Ole. Now, I am still always on the hunt for finding the die chips up here on the mountain, which I have not seen today. So with that, let's get back to the hunt. So we're on the same roll, roll number 37, and we found another one here towards the back end of the roll. It's one of the new 2023 Philadelphia Eleanor Roosevelts, and it's a really tiny die chip error. Again, not worth a whole lot of money, but you can see right here, we've got a little extra piece of metal that's not supposed to be there. Now, I have found these in the past where there's been a lot more metal up and around this the rim of this hat, and I've even found some that have die cracks that extend all the way up the hat and off the coin. So that's something else you can look for, but this one, just a little tiny die chip, so we'll hang on to it for now. Well, I'm opening rolls 38, 39, and you can see 40 is still in there, and I didn't tell you about it, but I had another roll that only had a penny in it, so I got shorted 24 cents twice already, and I just got roll number 39 open, and you can see even from the Fed, we can get screwed, and we got ourselves a 1987 nickel this time, so don't think you just get shorted in customer rolls. They can come this way from the Fed. Well, that wraps it up for this hunt. It was a pretty slow box of quarters today, but let's take you through it. We did end up, I did pull one of the Kanaka Ole NQ's errors. As I said, I probably saw 20 or 30 of these, but I'm finding these everywhere, so I'm probably going to stop looking for them. I'll continue to look for the die chip on the mountain, but that's about it. Of course, we had the small die chip on the 2023 Philadelphia Eleanor Roosevelt. We did have the Snow on the Roof from the Nebraska 2015. And of course, a new one for this channel, the DDR down here in Washington's arm here. And I talked about that earlier in the video. I couldn't ascertain if it was original ATOG's coin channel or not. And if I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments down below. For some reason, I recall him being the first person talking about it, or he may have done a video saying that he did it, or it was someone on YouTube. I just can't recall. I think it's him, though. We did end up with, let's see here, 2, 4, 6. We had 7 of the Philadelphia Bicentennials. I'll probably hang on to one of these because it's probably this one because it looks pretty good. The rest are fairly beat up. So we're going to return those. And of course, we did also have 5 of the Denvers, all checked for the DDO. None of them had it. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rolls that were shorted. We had 4 pennies and 2 nickels shorted in those quarters. And I did get 3 book upgrades. I know he's got a little bit of a whatever we want to call this, little blemish on the cheek there, but it's actually nicer than the one I have in my book for this 1965. This 1971 Denver looks a little nicer than the one I have. And then this 2000, I think it's the Philly, will be an upgrade for my state quarters book. And here is the 65 to 87 book. I'm not going to cover popping those down in the albums today because they're just upgrades. But I did check those out. I threw 4 or 5 of the other coins back because they weren't gonna be upgrades for me, so we don't need them. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, let me know. Drop one down below, click that like button, and leave me a comment. If you're new to the channel and you like coin roll hunts, or if you want to see this quarter hunt and album fill, because I've filled 2 sets of these books. If I recall, I'll put the playlist up here in the upper right-hand corner. Make sure you check that out. But also, click on that subscribe button, and then click that little bell and select all so you get notified each and every time I release a new video. That way you won't miss any of my coin roll hunts moving forward. Special shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for supporting the channel each and every month. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Holidays are upon us. Enjoy your turkey day. Spend it with your family. Spend it with friends. However you guys spend it, just make sure you take some time off and take care of yourselves. With that said, you guys have fun, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.